far superior to the Rascal Flatts cover, It's Much Ado About Nothing. I'm Adam.
I'm J-Rock.
You know what I'm referring to?
Yes, but I'd never heard the original. I've only ever heard the Rascal Flatts one.
We're referring to Life is a Highway.
Yeah.
Yeah. The original's better.
I doubt it, but okay.
Well, kind of along the lines of that song and Highway and driving all night long and going the same way as somebody else. Along with like other events that have happened in the, last week or so.
Yeah.
I thought we'd talk about road trips. One of us is a huge fan of them.
I wouldn't say I'm a huge fan, okay?
See, now you ruined the fun of it. Because I was going to say one of us is a huge fan of it, and my eyes brighten. I'm like, oh, it must be Adam. And one of us thinks they suck. And then it'd be, it's going to be, J-Rock because, Adam was more excited about it. No, I'm the one that doesn't care for him.
Yeah, no, you don't. But
the opportunity for that joke is gone, and now we have to play it straight the whole way. So, road trips I'm not a fan of. Let's start with you. What to you makes road trips appealing?
So first of all, I do not like airplanes. I hate them. I hate taking off. I hate landing. I hate turbulence. I hate all the suitcases and I hate it. I hate it. So
road trips on a suitcase
automatically better. Yeah, but so here's the thing. You can take your car and make it comfy and make it more like your house than you can an airplane. Like you're stacked on top of each other in an airplane. In the car, at least there's like a little more room and it's your car. So you decide the stops, you decide what music is playing, you decide the temperature, all of that. Like it's under your control. I don't like getting in a giant tin can all the way up in the sky and not having any control. It's no. I'd much rather take a car.
Okay, I got to counter like all of those things, and I hopefully I can remember everything that you said there. Okay, first of all, I'd like to know what kind of car you road trip in, because all the road trips that I remember being in, there's absolutely not more room than on an airplane.
Yeah. We were doing in a Honda Odyssey was all of our road trips. So you had two of us in the captain chairs, and then one person got the entire back seat, which usually I volunteered for that.
Okay, yeah. See, my road trips, and I'm sure my parents can correct me on this, I'm pretty sure we're usually like in a Chevy Lumina, like something like a mid-sized car.
Ooh, yeah, no, that would suck. It's still better than airplane.
Okay. You talk about being stacked on top of each other. No, not in an airplane. At least you get at least the seats are. There's something dividing the seats up. You didn't have. I don't know. Maybe you did this. You didn't have a sibling who you had to fight with them. Fight over the middle of the seat.
No, my sisters did that because they were fools and went for the captain chairs, whereas I was like, I'll take the back seat.
Yeah, but see, you can recline the captain chairs, though.
You can, but I got the entire... So I could set my pillow up, and then because it's a Honda Odyssey, it had the nice little cup holders and that little pocket thing in the back. You know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about.
Okay, I'd put my iPod in that and have that all set up. I'd have my drink, my pillows over there. I've got a blanket. I've got a book. I'm set.
Here's the thing, though. The back of a Honda Odyssey, you're talking like an early 2000s Honda Odyssey.
Yeah, I think it was like a 2004.
Not that big. I mean, they were pretty decent size, but it's not. You couldn't lay down across the back seats.
I could, but keep in mind, I was going to say, I was like, the last big road trip that I remember was after my dad passed away. So we're talking 13, 14 years old.
It'd still be too big for that.
It was plenty of space for me.
Oh. Okay, maybe you just shot up in height after that. I don't know. In any case,
fine for me.
What was the other thing you mentioned? Oh, being in control. Okay, you want to talk about not being in control of things on the ground? What are you driving around? What are you driving around on the ground?
A car.
And what else is on the ground with you?
Other cars?
Other cars.
Well, I know, but again, like I can control my speed. I can control, you know what? I want to stop at this next rest stop and go stretch my legs and get a bite to eat. An airplane, you are stuck. And I hate the feeling of being stuck. That's like one of the worst feelings in the world for me.
That's how I feel in a car, though. I mean, it's on the highway where, you know, what happens? You're more than like 10 minutes into it. What happens if you're like, okay, you know what? I can't stand this. You're not getting out. You're not walking back.
No, you turn around just like in an airplane.
Yeah, you turn around in an airplane.
No, like if you decide you're over it halfway through, like you land and then that's
Just
it.
pop
You
that
have to
door
go
open
home.
on the side of the airplane and jump out like, I'm done. Let's land on somewhere in Wyoming or something.
No, I'm telling you, a car for me is much more preferable. And I don't know, you can make it fun.
Yeah, it's only fun if like everybody else is asleep and you don't have to deal with anyone.
Yeah, well, and there's road tripping styles. I think everybody has a different road tripping style. You know, some people want everybody to shut up and just be quiet. Mm-hmm. Like that was my parents. And us kids were like, no, like we're going to have fun. If you're going to drag us on this road trip, then we get to have fun.
You play that car identifying game from Tiny Toons?
Oh, no, we had our iPods.
There's a car. There's a car. There's a car.
No, we had our iPads in and we're singing and that stuff.
I don't know. I remember road trips that were obviously pre iPod. I mean, where cassette tapes were king, like that far back.
Hey, good for you. But I was born in '92, so I got.
I wasn't born that much farther before that, and I still, I mean, around that time, I remember taking those trips.
No, well,
there was no. I mean, yeah, you had the radio and you had your tapes and everything, but it wasn't like everybody got their own stuff. You were, and I know because my parents watched these. I'm not gonna say stuck listening to John Mellencamp and what else was on there, Rembrandt's, that kind of stuff.
Sounds stuck to me. No offense.
Well, I was gonna say they happen to be, some of them happen to be songs that I liked. But still you had no control over it.
Yeah.
You listen to a song like, oh, I want to listen to that again. Nope. Not if everyone else doesn't want to.
See, my mom was never a big, there's only like 2 or 3 artists I can think of her ever listening to. It was my
Amy
dad.
Grant?
No. Nope, that would be me. What?
See, it's funny. I mean, I'm thinking, having the option of listening to whatever you want, you go and pick something that most people would be stuck listening to.
Well, that's like one of the things I listen to because my music taste is all over the place.
So is mine, but I mean, I'm not.
And I'm talking about her new stuff, like after she was with the Civil Wars.
Who?
Amy Grant. That's who was in, wasn't it? She was in the Civil Wars and then quit to do her own.
Amy Grant? I don't know.
Oh, no, never mind. I'm thinking of Joy Williams.
Oh, my goodness.
Sorry.
It's like if it could be like similarly named. I don't know. I was thinking Amy something.
I'm sorry.
Totally different person.
I still mix up NSYNC and Backstreet Boys. So.
That's the biggest travesty of them all, man.
Oh, sorry. Can we pause for a minute and let them in on our new family member because I can see him back there.
I suppose so. If you want to bring him up here.
Come here, buddy. Milo.
He ain't coming.
Come here, Milo. Come here.
Yeah. So.
We got a kitten.
Yeah, we did.
Milo.
And he's adorable.
Come here. We think he's part Maine Coon. Here, let me get him. Okay. Oh, nobody look at my pants. I'm in my jammas. Here, come here.
Quick side note: we changed our microphone setup, so if we sound funky, your hearing is the problem, not our. It's not our not our video's fault.
I know. I'm wearing makeup. Not used to that.
Yes.
This is Camilo, or we call him Milo half the time. So, what? And he's so good. Yes. Yes.
Adorable.
Trying to get his motor going.
For those of you who can't hear him purring, let me give you a demonstration. Okay.
He's a cutie.
All right. Anyway,
Right, I love him.
back on topic. Sorry for the little.
I'm sorry. I saw him back there. And it was
Speaking
just
of road trips and shortcuts and what do you call that? You end up on a different road.
Scenic.
No, not like a scenic route. Detour. There we go. I don't know why I'm getting old. My mind's blanking on the most basic of things. Speaking of road trips, okay, so you happen to like them.
I prefer them over airplanes, but anymore,
See,
I don't know that I'd say I like them.
I'm the kind of person who wants to get there as fast as possible. The travel is not the fun part. The destination's the fun part. Travel's what's that? Something necessity. What's the word I'm looking for?
Like
a necessary evil, I guess.
Yeah.
But what's the longest road trip you've been on?
We went to Niagara Falls after my dad passed, so that's a couple days.
Sorry.
I don't know how long that is. I'd have to look it up.
Sorry, the way you phrase that, it's like, oh, good, he's gone. Let's go to Niagara Falls.
Oh no, no,
I'm sticking with you.
No. My mom is a gypsy. Like we got to the border.
Like sorry,
You've got some kind of pun in.
Yeah, I know.
No,
Like the Fleetwood Mac song.
No, but
It's a good song, by the way.
we got to the border, and they're like, "What's your business in Canada?" And she literally just straight face looks him in the eyes, like, because it was here.
What?
Like that.
Okay.
That was her.
Given where it's at, why? Like, can't you just? I'm sure they would accept an answer of, well, we're here to see Niagara Falls.
She was
Or
like,
they'd be
because
like, oh, no, turn around. You could see it from the U.S. side.
no, he like
No,
looked
they're
at
gonna
her.
want the tourism.
Yeah, no, he like looked at her, and then he looked in the back seat and saw us girls, and he was like, okay, just don't, if you stay on the American side, don't stay on, rattle off a whole bunch of streets, and then he was like, you know what, it's probably better just stay on the Canadian side. And then that was that. And that, honestly, that's probably like the most fun road trip that I remember. It was cool. It's really pretty out there. And they let you, like, there's I don't know if it's a law and ordinance, what it is, but you can't have open alcohol after, I think it's like 11 p.m.
Yeah.
So we went out and were wandering around at like midnight, 1 a.m.
Hiding your alcohol. Yeah.
No, it felt perfectly safe. Like, it was, I don't know, it was nice. Like, I remember it being a really fun trip.
Did you go on a boat and go up to the falls?
Yeah, like we did the boat.
Oh, okay.
We did the boat and went through the falls. Like I said, because they have this whole like area with a hotel and then different shops. Like you can go and get real syrup and all of that paraphernalia. So we went and checked all that out.
Smuggling it back or something?
You have to go through customs, so.
Oh, that's what I mean. They got like, you got like bottles of Mrs. Buttersworth.
No, this is like the real stuff, which I'll be honest, I don't like. Like, it's a fun to say you've experienced it, but
What's it taste like?
It tastes okay, but it's like water.
Oh.
Which, with pancakes, I don't know. It's not my favorite. Taste-wise, it tastes similar.
So you take a bite of pancake and then you drink the syrup afterwards.
Yeah. No, it's my recollection of it is it's not as sweet as what we buy in the stores.
I see.
Like, it balances out really, really well.
Gotcha.
So it tastes good, but I can't handle, like, it's too watery. I don't want to eat my pancake with water.
You could drink water, though, with it. Helps out with really dry pancakes.
Oh my gosh.
No, I think our longest road trip is, well, we used to live in New Mexico when I was a kid, and so we'd drive up here. It was like a day of driving. I don't know how I did it as a kid. The only thing the things I was gonna say the only thing I remember, and then I thought, well, no, there's more to it than that. No, the only thing I remember is driving through Amarillo, Texas, and it stunk. It seemed, well, and I might be wrong with this. I might have to talk to my parents about this and see. Maybe it was just like one time, but in my memory, as a 5-year-old, 4-year-old, whatever, 6-year-old, every time we drove through there, it rained, and every time we drove through there, it smelled like cows, and it just smelled so bad.
Yeah.
I do remember I had like a green blanket that I had. I remember like breathing through my green blanket.
That's
like,
funny.
It just smelled so bad.
No, I've been to Houston a couple times, and the driving is so strange over there because their exits, like, I don't know if you remember this or if you went through areas like this, their exits, instead of being on the right, some of them are on the left.
There's some places around here that are like that.
It's weird.
There's some places around here like that.
Oh, not that I've encountered.
Oh. I can point one out maybe next time we go. We'll go to Micro Center or something. For anyone who doesn't know where we live, that should narrow it down. There's only like 30 something micro centers in the U.S. I think something like that. Not very many. But yeah, no, it's I don't think we ever drove through anything like that. It was all
okay.
At least what I remember, it was like driving through here, like driving to your parents' house. It was like, it's flat, there's nothing, it's grass.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, grass on a road, and that's it.
Yeah,
so,
no.
And maybe that's the thing. Maybe I would enjoy road trips a little more if there were like stops along the way this is interesting. But
did your family do that? Like, my parents would sit down, or my mom would sit down and plot out the route, and then different places that we would stop along the way. So we never just drove. It was always like, today we're driving from here to here and we're going to do this.
Well, there's two things to consider. One, we didn't do vacations very much. It just, because of my dad's job or whatever, we just never went on vacations that much. And the other thing is, we were always more interested in just, let's get to where we're going and not
oh yeah, you guys tend to be like over utilitarian.
Well, when you're limited on the amount of time you have off, you don't want to spend a ton of that driving and not seeing whatever it is that you're getting out to see in the first place.
Yeah, no, I understand that. I'm just not, I don't know.
Yeah.
I am not that way.
Yeah.
If I'm going to drive, then let me have some fun with it.
What would you say is your worst road trip experience?
Oh, easy. We went, so my mom,
it's interesting when it's like, oh, easy.
Yeah.
As someone
easy.
who loves road trips, you're like,
easy.
Oh, no, I got it.
There's like two front runners. There's two front runners. So the number one, I'll put it number one because of the vehicle we were in.
Okay.
This was before my mom and my now stepdad got married, but they decided we were going to go on this family trip to Branson. At this time, I want to say I was like 18 or 19. I'm in college. Like, I'm kind of at the point where road trips just aren't, like, I've got other things I want to be doing.
Were we talking yet?
No, we were not.
Okay.
That's why I'm trying to, I don't remember exactly when it was. I want to say I was like 18. Not 19, 17, 18, younger. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to say 17, 18. Mom, correct me if I'm wrong. But either way, wasn't super interested in it. Like, we were definitely feeling the effects of a blended family. They weren't married yet. So, I don't know. Like, there were some different things that were a little weird and awkward.
Yeah.
And then on top of it, we decided to take, and I do refer to my stepdad as dad. So from now on, I'm just going to be saying Dad. But we took Dad's, he had a Ford Explorer. What year was it for car people so they have an idea?
I don't know. It was like a mid 2000s.
Okay.
It was after they changed it to where they had like the chrome, like the rectangular chrome nameplates.
Yeah. So either way, not very big. Not very big.
It's the one I've been in, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure I'm thinking
For
of the same
people
one.
who are used to road tripping in a Honda Odyssey, though, not very big.
For people who, well, yeah.
And a blended family.
If you're the kind of person, how many people did you cram into that thing?
Well, it was just us 4 or 5. Sorry.
Oh, it's still not that bad. I mean, the back seat in that thing is not very big at all. But
so we were all.
So you claim the back
3
seat like you would the Odyssey, except you're in one like half the size.
Yeah, and I don't care.
Gotcha.
I'm weird about touch. Like, if I'm stressed, I really don't care to be touched unless you're gonna like grip me. Like, I don't like light touches. Like, somebody just doing this, where they're, like, touching you but not touching you. When I'm any kind of stressed out, I hate it. So...
Good to know. That's a big... we'll take a little segue here. Quick tip for anybody. The more... And this is wisdom passed on from my dad. The more people know about you, the more they can use against you. Never share anything with... Share as little with people as you can, because they will use what they know against you in some way.
Well, I think as my husband, you might be better than that.
I think you know as me. Huh, yeah, right.
We will talk about this later.
I'll probably forget about it. Anyway, keep going. So you're touching
so we're
people.
crammed. Yeah, us 3 kids are crammed on top of each other. We're having those.
Oh, just like in an airplane.
Would you stop? I keep losing my train of thought.
Oh, you could have taken a train instead. I'm finding solutions to this. Poking holes in your love for.
Then don't get on me about time, because
calm down.
Well, it's annoying. I'm trying to tell a story and you keep interrupting.
That you're stressed out.
I don't even want to tell a story anymore. Goodness.
Okay, so you're going to Branson in a Ford Explorer.
Yes, going to Branson in Ford Explorer with my mom and her. I don't even know if they were engaged yet. I don't remember.
Okay.
But not married. So blended family issues is all I'm going to say.
Okay.
And it was horrible. Like, we got into fights on the way there. It took forever. Nice. And then there was that whole awkward, like, well, they're not married yet, so where's he gonna stay? Like, I don't know. It was just, I just remember it being very awkward. Like, it was fun. We had fun, but it was very, very awkward. And then the second one, and I think they were married at this time, but we took a trip out west because my mom's from out west. And so she wanted to go see some of her childhood stuff. So we take this road trip out west, and they're still like figuring stuff out and like getting used to each other. So this is like the prime time for fights, and fight breaks out. And my dad is not like, he's not a yeller. He's not a screamer. It's honestly even rare for him to get like mad. And up to this point, us girls had not seen him really mad.
So he got really mad?
Yes, he got really mad. He pulls the car into this Wendy's. He gets out and he slams the door shut. Like, as hard as he can.
Okay.
Slams it shut. So we're all in the car just like, oh, like, this is awkward. So they got out, figured it out, but it was awkward. And then we're driving, and he asked one of my siblings to put her seatbelt on, and she said no.
Drive along.
And she said no. And my dad is ex police officer. No. No, police officer. So that did not go over well. So he hit the brakes and pulled off the side of the highway, and
did it fling her off out of her seat?
Almost.
Oh.
But it almost did all of us. Like, it wasn't light at all. Like, he pulls over, slams the brakes, pulls over the side, and then just sits there, and he's like, I'm not moving until you put on your seatbelt. And just was quiet, and that was it. So it was one of those, again, blended family moments where everybody's figuring everybody out. It was the first time we'd ever seen him angry, and I think the first time he'd kind of put his foot down as a parental figure in our lives, and it was just awkward. So those are my two, what I would classify as like the worst.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess that's one way to handle it, try to out stubborn somebody.
That's the only way you were going to win with this particular sibling.
Oh, I wait, is this the one I'm thinking of?
Probably.
Okay. You can, there's other ways. It's just, everybody's different, you know. I'm not the kind usually to try to play somebody's game to beat them. It's more like, oh, okay, you're going to do this. Well, here's what's going to happen. Blah, 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 mm-hmm. blah. It's like, you go ahead and exist in your own little world there, but when you feel ready to come back to reality, you need to put your seatbelt on. You know?
Yeah, well, that's what he did.
And then, well, not if you pull over to the side and like, if you're not going to do it, then I'm not going to do what I'm supposed to be doing.
Yeah, well, honestly, I think...
Like, for me, that's not the way I saw it. But, I mean, if it works, it works. Well, everybody's different.
And if I remember right, it was one of those things where they had been going back and forth for a little while, and he was kind of, like, at the end of his rope. Mm. Like, it wasn't just a, like, out-of-the-blue random thing. Like, it had been building.
It was the seatbelt that broke the camel's back.
Yeah. It was. Gotcha. It was. So. Those are my...
Yeah. I didn't really have any bad... I don't think I really had any bad road trip experiences. Yeah.
Ooh, I know our favorite trip. It's not a road trip, but our favorite trip.
Like you and me? Mm-hmm. Where?
Disney.
Oh, that's not a road trip though. That's a vacation.
But it was a good trip.
That's a vacation. That for me was like the first, like, well, I mean,
all fun.
We went to California a couple of times, but it was, I mean, that was, you know, tied to my dad's job. But mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that was like for me like the first time it was okay, you're going on vacation, mm-hmm. like. You got a job here at home, you're going to leave it. You got responsibilities here at home, you're going to leave them. You're going to be gone. How long were we there? 2 weeks?
No. I think it was only a week. Yeah,
okay.
I think it was just a week. I say just a week, but...
A week at Disney World is quite a while.
I could have done with like 2 more days. Just because we got sick.
Yeah, I was going to say we got sick, so it kind of ruined some of that stuff. Mm-hmm. But I think we did pretty okay. I mean, we went to...
it was fun.
What was that called? Animal Crossing while we were there.
Animal
we were
Kingdom?
sick. Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun.
Thing.
Went and did the safari.
Yeah.
Well, it was fun because I had been before and you had not. So I had a lot of fun like showing you stuff and being like, let's go do this. Like this. Yeah. I remember you sending that text to your dad. It was so much fun. That was probably my favorite ever trip. It's not a road trip, but it was my favorite.
I think it's the only trip we've taken.
Yeah.
We haven't taken a serious road trip where it's like where you get like that thing that my microphone's about to fall over. That like clamshell thing that, you know, I can't make the shape of it on the camera. You know, but like you strap it to the top of your car, you mount it to those to the luggage racks on the top. And,
I don't want.
We haven't done anything.
I don't want to with kids though. That's the hard part. At least not until they get older. The only
reason you have to have all that stuff is because you have kids.
I know. I just.
Our kids, yeah.
They're, I don't know.
Well, the thing is, I mean, and maybe it's, I don't know, maybe it's just the day we grow up, we live in now, but we made that trip. I mean, driving from New Mexico, it's, I mean, how many?
Yeah, God bless your parents.
I think it's like a whole day, but I mean, I was, like I said, I was 4, 5, 6. I mean, apparently we came up more often. I just don't remember it. You know, my brother was younger than me, still is, obviously, but we made those trips. Yeah. So I don't know.
I dread our first one with the kids because,
well,
just the ages they're at. It would be one thing if they were more self-sufficient, but
there's a lot of talk of going to the beach. So
I know. I know.
So, well, we're running out of time, so Hopefully this wasn't too. Hopefully it wasn't too boring for everybody. Hopefully the sound sounds okay. I think we'll have it fixed next time. So.
Yep.
Yeah, that's it.
Bye.
Go Bengals.